My rank in JEE Advanced was under 2500, but I was able to get Triple IT Hyderabad CS and BIT CS. So my decision boiled down to these two. The new ITs were not in scope, like BITS is definitely better than new ITs.
So one question, like you entered the campus, joined Wall Street Consulting Club, but as you mentioned previously, you have interest in computer science.
Yeah.
So why not tech clubs and department?
Okay, so
You have tried entrepreneurship also, right? Like BITS is famous for its startup and entrepreneurship culture. So what are your opinions on that? And like, can you brief what founders' office is? Like many people do internships there.
it's like a consulting plus right now your risk appetite is much higher, right? And when you become a consultant, let's say even if you stay as a consultant for 3-4 years, your risk appetite goes down. And a lot of times what happens is that
What are your opinions on that? Like starting from the scratch, going in for a novel idea in a startup versus business at this age. What should one do? So like seems like you're very passionate about entrepreneurship startup. So are the computer science placements or plans or not? So don't you think you're deviating yourself from 3 different fields: finance, tech, and consultancy?
Hey, this is Nadmi from Bits Pilani, a founder, developer, and a creator. I love to code and build things. Recently, I was selected for GSOC 2. You can know more about me from LinkedIn. I've started a podcast series called Bits Gem, a show featuring Bits Pilani folks doing cool stuff in tech, finance, consulting, robotics, academics, and beyond. Hope you will enjoy the show.
I'm Devansh Agarwal. I'm in BITS Pilani Computer Science branch, second year. I'm from Ahmedabad, and my hobbies right now my hobbies include playing any sport which I get my hands on and coding.
Okay, so can you also tell a bit about your JEE journey? Like why did you choose BITS? What was your JEE mains, JEE advanced experience in brief?
My JEE prep, like I started rigorous prep in like when like COVID hit. It was like mid 10th grade, just before 10th boards. That's when I actually started like my proper JEE prep. I became really focused there. So over there, like those 2.5 years were like hell for me. Like not hell, but it was very difficult because I used to pour everything which I had. Like I used to study like 11 to 12 hours a day.
And you started your prep in 10th. For
Not
JEE.
not exactly like just before 10th boards. Yeah,
Just before 10 boards.
like few months before 10th boards.
Okay. And did you join any coaching institute?
Yeah, I joined Bothra Institute. That's in Ahmedabad, and like a really great place. Like if someone from Ahmedabad is listening, that's a place to go.
Okay. And you prepared for 2 years for JEE mains and JEE advanced.
Yeah.
So what was your score?
So my rank in JEE Advanced was under 2500,
Cool.
under 2600, and my rank in JEE Mains was under 1900.
And
Like,
BITSAT was
around
in between,
1900.
right?
Yeah, I like so there are two attempts in BITSAT, one between advanced and mains and one after advanced. So the one between advanced and mains, I fucked that up.
Cool.
Wait, can I swear?
Huh?
Can I swear? Yeah, okay, cool. And after the one after advanced, that's when I actually scored and got BITS CS.
Okay. So the score at your JEE main score was?
It was the percentile was 99.85.
Okay. And JEE advanced it was under 2500. So you must
2600,
have
yeah.
2600. So you must have got CS in new IITs
In new
and
IITs,
core
yeah.
branches in like old IITs also.
Mm-hmm.
So why BITS specifically?
So it started with top 6 IITs CS. Then there was a competition between Triple IT Hyderabad CS and BITS CS. And so I was not able to crack top 6 IITs CS. For that you require around like above 600 rank. But I was able to get Triple IT Hyderabad CS and BITS CS. So my decision boiled down to these two. The new ITs were not in scope. Like BITS is definitely better than new ITs. That's what my teacher told me, and that's something which I realized afterwards myself as well.
Okay.
So between these two, Triple IT Hyderabad CS and BITS CS, the thing was that I had heard about the culture that in Triple IT Hyderabad, the academic rigor is much more than BITS. Like the students over there are
More
majorly focused on acads only, right? And there's not much extracurriculars over there. So that's the main reason why I chose BITS.
So as you mentioned, like about the extracurriculars, as you entered BITS, like generally people don't know about the clubs and department culture.
Yeah.
So how was that journey? How did you got to the exposure to? Are there any current commitments you have?
Okay, so I'm in Wall Street Club, Share Consulting Club, and also a part of Institute's Innovation Council. So over here, like when I got exposed to these clubs, like when I came to campus, I didn't know about these clubs and departments. I had a vague idea that yeah, college does have clubs and you can join them, but I didn't know how those worked and what departments were. So for me, when I joined campus, it was very overwhelming, and like I really had fun when I got to know about these clubs. I started applying to these clubs. There's a recruitment process for a lot of clubs, and there's this department thing where so over here in BITS, how the department thing works is that there are different departments. These departments are responsible for the fest organized in BITS. So they have this informal recruitments where they will call you for interactions, and they will talk with you, and if they feel that yeah, you are cut for it and you match the vibe, you match the department's vibe, they will take you in.
So one question, like you entered the campus, joined Wall Street Consulting Club, but as you mentioned previously, you have interest in computer science.
Yeah.
So why not tech clubs and departments?
Okay, so I had tried for a tech club. I had tried for DVM, but I did not get in because he felt that I was too. He felt that I wouldn't work for him.
You would quit in between.
Yeah,
You told
exactly.
that.
And probably that was true in some sense. In first year when I joined BITS, I was not sure what I really wanted to do. I still am not exactly, but yeah, like what I planned for myself was that next 2 years I'm gonna spend exploring. So that's what I exactly did. Like I explored whatever I found intriguing, and I did that. And after that, like after trying a lot of things, I developed a lot of clarity of what I really want to do and stuff like that.
You have tried entrepreneurship also, right? Like BITS is famous for its startup and entrepreneurship culture. So what are your opinions on that?
Okay, so I haven't tried entrepreneurship as such.
Bang and White?
Bang and White was just like, it was like you can call it a side hustle.
Okay.
It was just for fun. I won't call it entrepreneurship. But yeah, I did get a taste of entrepreneurship when I worked in Interface Labs. That's a Bitsin startup. The senior was in my club, so I was able to get in touch with him. I asked him for an internship, and he took me in, and I lived with him in Bangalore. He let me live with him. That's a big deal.
In the first year summers?
In the second year, December, winter break.
Winter break.
1 month. So over there, when like the team was very small, it was a 7 people team. I was the 8th person, and after like joining and working there for 1 month and like interacting with the founders, those founders were pretty young as well. They were like one of the founders, the one which I contacted, Rebhav Bhardwaj, is in 4th year, and the second founder, Arthur Thakur, was also like a recent graduate. So therefore, I got a lot of perspective of entrepreneurship from there.
And like, can you brief what founder's office is? Like many people do internships there.
It's like a consulting role, market research, VC role. So basically, founder's office is, as I said, like it expects a lot of market research from you. So you will be doing that. Bitch work will be involved. No escaping that in a startup. As a junior, like a first year intern, like a second year intern with no experience, you will do a lot of bitch work as well.
So I guess you have explored consultancy in the past 2 years quite a lot. So what
okay.
are your opinions on consultancy as of now? Are you looking forward in this field only in the future?
Okay, so after joining after like having worked in a startup, I really loved the culture over there, and I felt like I also wanted to be probably build something of my own because that's really fun to do. So earlier, what my misconception was that what I could do is that I could just I could try to be a consultant, like get in a good company as a consultant, then get exposure from there, work in different industries, and after I get an idea and a lot of exposure and network, I can do I can build my own startup, right? But I don't think that's the right way to think. That's something which I learned over there in the startup itself. The thing is that there are a lot of other factors which must be considered when you're doing this. For example, one may be that right now your risk appetite is much higher, right? And when you become a consultant, let's say even if you stay as a consultant for 3-4 years, your risk appetite goes down. And a lot of times what happens is that consultancy doesn't teach you a lot of hard skills. It will give you a great network, it will give you a lot of exposure, and definitely you will be you'll learn a lot from there. But probably this is not the best path which one can take for doing a startup. At least for me, it wasn't, because given I have a CS major right now, I have a CS major right now. I can even like start from a tech role. And the thing is that if you go over the stats, the thing is most of the young founders, the founders which are from 20 to 30 who have successful startups, they are from a tech background. And there's a reason why. The reason is because when you're doing tech, first thing is that there are a lot of resources available. So you can learn a lot of things on your own, right? So yeah, if you want to, like, let's say if you know about tech and if you're able to build something innovative, you will be able to scale that, make it a startup, like do a lot of impact with a lot of with lot less resources. That's not true for other industries. You can take real estate for example, or manufacturing. A lot of investment is required over there. A lot of skills and network is required over there. But this is not certainly true for technology.
Entry cost is low and you're
Exactly.
learning also.
Yeah.
And many people confuse between startups and businesses. Like, it's relatively easy to make money in the small and medium scale businesses to just compete with the existing partners, right? Existing competitors, get deals and build products to sell to them. What are your opinions on that? Like, starting from the scratch, going in for a novel idea in a startup versus business at this age. What should one do?
Okay, so first I'll differentiate between startup and a business. Like, to the core, like I'm picking this from the book 0 to 1. I really recommend this book to people who are like looking into entrepreneurship. So over there, it clearly states, like, and it makes sense. Business is part of globalization. Globalization is 1 to n, right? You are doing things which are already there. Probably you're multiplying it, doing it at a larger scale, probably addressing a market demand, something like that. But this is not innovation. A startup is 0 to 1. That's innovation. You're building something which is non-existent. Probably something which is like 10x better than the current state of the art. So over there, like, this is the difference between a business and a startup, right? Business, like, and again, like, you don't do a startup to earn money. Like, probably there are way better ways, like, to earn money. Even being a software developer at a good tech company is way better than doing a startup, because it's way easier. It's you have way less stress. You get a lot of stock options, a good salary, and like over time you will actually earn money, right? Enough, sufficient money where you can have a comfortable life. You do a startup when you really want to create an impact, right? The thrill to do a startup, the adrenaline rush to build a product of your own, to be a person, to reach your potential. These are the things which drives a founder, not money. Money, yeah, definitely money is one thing which you get out of it. Like, if your startup succeeds, you can earn shitloads of money. But that's not something which will keep you persistent over the time, because it gets really hard.
So, like, seems like you are very passionate about entrepreneurship startup. So, are the computer science placements your plans or not?
I already so last 2 years I spent exploring. I did not do anything as such, like, in the sense of startup related. So I have a good CG, I have good commitments and everything. My base is already built, and I have, like, after 2 months I have my SI season coming up. So the thing is that either I could just drop it, like I could just let my base go, and I'll just dive head into this startup thing. Or what I could do is, like, I could just leverage what I have already built. I'll sit for SI. If I'm able to get a company, I'll work in that company, get some experience as well over there. Probably work in a few startups, like in some other startups, till I get some of my own idea and my own skill sets. And hopefully when the time comes, I'm able to do my own startup. It's nothing I've planned out, but more like going with the flow.
Going with the flow.
Yeah.
Cool. So, as you mentioned, like, you are good at ACADS also. So, how do you find time with ACADS and the other extracurriculars that you're doing?
Okay, so
Do you attend classes or leverage the no attendance policy?
I leveraged no attendance policy.
You were in the class, I guess 5 to 6.
So that was like because I could have a tute test. That's
Okay,
why.
cool.
So I barely go to classes. Like, For example, this semester, every week I've just attended 2 labs because there are marks for those labs.
Labs though must be interesting, but I guess you will learn more hands-on in the computer science
I
labs.
mean, depends, no? Labs kiski hai. For example, like we have this DSA lab.
Okay.
Now DSA lab, it's fun, it's interesting, but DSA in itself, not particularly very helpful for development. Though it's helpful for like in general to develop your problem solving skills, but other than that, yeah. But yeah, so there are labs, and I used to I attended one tute every week because उसमें test होता था हर हफ्ते. That's it. No other classes.
So how do you maintain the high CGPA? One can skip classes and still get the marks.
Yeah, 100%. Like at least for CS, I can talk about CS. I don't know about other branches, but at least for CS, you can definitely like skip classes.
So how do you leverage the time that you skip? You are enjoying, or you are like focusing on the consulting, Wall Street?
It's a mix of both. It's
Okay.
a mix of both. So I definitely enjoy my college life, right? I'll do things which are fun, right? Which is not particularly productive. They are not meant to be productive. Even though like fun, I think that fun in itself is productive in its own way. But yeah, I'll do things which are which help me progress in my career, and I'll also do things which are just fun. On this point, I just want to say that one thing, like people who really want to like want to do better in acads, what they can do is like what I did. Always when I used to whenever I entered the next semester, in the starting of the semester, what I will do is I'll approach a senior who has had good grades in that semester. I'll ask him, like preferably a senior who did not go to classes just like me, and I'll ask him what are the sources which you used. He'll tell me the sources. What I just have to do is like copy. Right? I just have to copy whatever he did, and that's why ACADS in itself is very easy.
Cool.
Yeah.
So BITS ACADS is not that hard.
Yeah, I won't say.
You hit gym quite frequently.
Yeah.
So what are your advice to the BITS freshers coming? Should they join gyms, focus on their health also, like, along with these extracurricular and ACADS?
I think in general in life you should
Like
definitely.
people are generally skeptical in their freshman year to join gyms. So what is your take on that?
Definitely you should keep your health in check. Like one thing which people, for example, people who are successful, a lot of them don't have good health, and that's one thing which I used to resent about them. Like, cool, you have a lot of things, you have done this and that, but your health is not in check. What is the use of it, right? Because if you're in pain health-wise, I just don't see the point. So therefore, like in general in life, I think you should definitely focus on your health. This doesn't mean like particularly you should hit the gym. You can play some sports as well. That's also an option, but some physical activity should be involved. I think it also helps your cognitive abilities. So overall, you're also helping your work, right? It's also facilitating more effectiveness of your work, like faster understanding.
You were like passionate about computer science, so you joined BITS Pilani, right? Then you joined Wall Street, your finance interest. Then you also worked as a consultancy. So don't you think you are deviating yourself from 3 different fields: finance, tech, and consultancy? What's your take on that?
Okay, so when I joined BITS, I didn't have any conviction in anything, like what I really wanted to do, because I had not tried a lot of things. I didn't know about consulting, right? So that was a whole new thing. I thought about finance as this foreign thing, something like some big short suit guys, something like that. I didn't know about finance. Tech, I did know a bit about tech because I had done some courses in my school, so I had some experience over there. So since I didn't know a lot about a lot of the fields, I was very intrigued by all the fields, right? So before I choose one thing which I really wanted to excel in, I wanted to explore a lot of things, like before I choose, which makes sense, right? Because a lot of times people don't know what their passion lies, and the best advice which you get from a lot of successful people is that do something which you're passionate about. So that was I never knew like what I was really passionate about. I only realized after trying all these 3 things what I really wanted to do.
And what is that now?
That's tech.
Okay, cool.
So
Of course, like consulting would have helped you get that network, right?
yeah.
Finance, not right now, but might help you in the future. And tech, is something that you're exploring now. So I guess all these things would align to the entrepreneurship journey you are looking for.
Yeah, so one main anchor which I used to always look at when I'm doing anything, like initially I always was very much into building something of my own, right? That idea that fascinated me. So this is one thing which I looked at, like if I really wanted to create impact, like in a startup, you can take on different roles, like as a CEO or any role. As a founder, co-founder of a startup, you need to have one skill at least. That's one thing. So tech, I thought that if like I could build skills in tech much faster than other things personally. That's one reason why I chose tech. Second thing, like let's say if one thing which I have observed is that like tech, most of the people, like young people, जो 20 to 30 होता है, like, and if they are successful startup owners, they are from tech backgrounds. The reason is because you're able to like do tech. Like as I said, you're able to do a lot of things in tech. Like you're able to create a lot of impact in tech with less resources. But that may not be true for consulting or finance. In consulting, when you get into consulting, you're doing a job. You probably are exposed to a lot of skills, like a lot of industries, but you might not be able to develop skill sets required to be a co-founder of a company.
So
That's true for finance as well.
the main idea is like you want innovation,
Yeah.
and
So-
tech provides that. You
Exactly.
can create an meaningful impact, a large scale impact, as you said previously also. So yeah, you are passionate about tech.
One major thing which, like, again, this I might be false over here, but one major thing which I see is that consultants and people in finance, they may make like great business owners, but
Okay.
a person in tech, a person in engineering itself, they make better founders, startup owners. That's my take on it.
Cool. So I guess lights are off and
Yeah.
we should end it. It was great talking with Devansh Agarwal. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah, man. No problem.
Guys, do subscribe to MadMe Codes. I'm planning a lot more engaging content. Example, collaborative live stream, building projects together, journey my documentation, story time videos, learning tech in public, and reverse engineering startups.